All right, Molly. Everybody ready?
Yeah,
Let's do it, man. Let's do it.
Don't get your hopes up. We're gonna just have some fun.
We ready?
Yep.
Hey, Frick, let's do it.
Hot seat intro.
All right, welcome back, universe, to the Hot Seat Show. Hot Seat Show 11, our first ever 11th episode of the Hot Seat Show.
Yeah.
Woo, coming to you pre-recorded from the Coldwell Banker Home Sale Realty Studios in beautiful Grafton, Wisconsin. And if you're looking to buy or sell a home, maybe interested in a career in real estate, email Roy at cbhsr.com or give them a call, 414-235-0763. They'd love to be your go-to for all your real estate needs.
Yeah.
Woo! And we got a hell of a show today. Oh, coming back from being sick. He eats pussy the same way I smoke a cigarette, right down to the butt.
Ain't no lie. That's probably how I got sick.
All right, and she's the first pussy my face ever touched. My mom, Barb.
Oh!
Hallelujah.
I can't believe you're sitting across the table saying pussy in front of your mom. I'm referring to her pussy.
She's in your
Oh,
spot, Will.
geez.
Hey, listen, he said it twice, and I'm not saying it at all. I can't. I'm not.
No.
You can't say it, pussy?
Not in front of mom.
Oh, Rob,
I
Rob.
can.
you're going to hear far worse things coming out
I
of her mouth.
can.
She's
Trust
a
me.
dirty old lady.
Listen.
That's her choice.
Let me just say, you still have to finish your intro, or are you done?
Yeah.
Oh, I got like the fourth last pussy that touched my face. Our demon succubus, Molly.
Fourth.
Demon succubus.
Listen,
Mhm.
these
All right,
are
and
two
hold
of
on,
our
we got
favorite
Moby
guests,
Combs.
though.
Moby Combs, Toby Jones, the Negro Pope, many more. My fellow two-syllable name, Rob Hines. He's in the house. It's going to be a hell of a show.
What's happening?
Two of our favorite guests, without a doubt. And I
Yeah.
said we had to put these together because
Yep.
we had such a good time. And you were laughing so hard when we were telling you about Barb, and now you get to see Barb in person. So that's awesome.
Yes, ma'am, Miss Barb. I am very honored to meet you.
Oh, thank you. I love being here.
You can tell she's right out of Fargo, man.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I thought,
How about it?
Tom, I thought I said I didn't want her in my seat. I wanted her
Oh,
on the
that's-
bench.
Too bad,
Oh,
man.
well. Sorry.
Hey, I turned your seat into the hot seat now. You
Woo!
know.
Yeah.
I'm about to do something strange for some
All right.
change.
All right, well, listen, Barb, if you sit in my seat, you know what you have to do. You have to leave your panties. That's it.
Oh, boy.
I don't know if her panties have enough oomph in them for you anymore.
Wow.
Oh my God. Oh my
That is
God.
your
Every time you say some shit like that, I'm gonna throw your ass under the bus.
I will unstick them and stick them to the seat, okay?
Aw.
Plenty of oomph.
That's awesome.
Oomph to share.
Yes, this is how
Oh
this
my
is
God.
going.
Hey, mom just dunked on your ass.
That's why I brought
Doggy underwear and all, like yak.
Let me just say, from watching the set from this vantage point, it looks great. It really does. The map looks great. The hot seat, everything looks good, man.
Yeah, you stole that map from somebody?
I did. One of my tenants was moving, and I said, "That's a really nice, map you got there." And she goes, "Well, maybe you talked me into, selling it to you." And I says,
That's a really nice
Oh.
ass you got there.
I said, let me know how much you want to sell it. And then she asked me for $40, and I was like, yeah, that's a bit much for me. Because really, I
I'm
wasn't
gonna
gonna pay
steal it,
$40 for it. No. And then she texted me right before she moved and she goes, I'm just gonna leave it for you. I was like, great. And I don't really even have space for it here. And that's why
right.
it worked out perfectly because I
No, it
got
didn't
really
work
cool.
out perfectly. We took your garbage. Man, found a place for
Do
it.
you think it's garbage? What do you think, Barb? That's a pretty nice map, huh?
No, it looks nice there.
It's
It does.
And it
It
changes
looks.
it up.
Yeah, it's flat.
Nope,
It
very
gives
good.
the appearance that your podcast reaches the world. That's number one.
It
And
does.
number
We
two,
were Off the Rails was #1 in
Peru,
Peru.
just now.
Peru, man.
Wow.
They
Yeah.
digging us. I'm going down there. We're gonna do a remote from Machu Picchu, and I'm going to try to do some of that, whatever those Peruvian.
Oh yeah. Hey Ma,
Uh,
gun to your head right now. Point to Peru.
I was about to say I'm gonna need the map to figure out where the fuck we
Point
going.
to Peru for me.
There you go.
You fucking nailed it
My
right
girl.
there. Right next to
That's my-
Argentina.
Now, I'm gonna tell you
Wow.
what. She knows her shit. See, Tommy don't give her credit, but she
Yeah.
knows her shit.
There we
In
go.
South America, we don't think a lot about it, but it's like in different countries in Africa, it's like I think we should do like no more shit about that. Like, do you realize Mexico is actually in North America?
Yeah, I know, but we shouldn't focus that because our sponsor serves the greater Milwaukee area. I don't think he gives a shit about being #1 in Peru.
Well,
Hey man,
give it up
you
for
gotta
Roy.
build-
Give it up for Roy.
Give it up to Roy. Yeah.
Right.
All right.
But he does take his people on a vacation to Mexico when they do a great job. Chartered a plane.
Yeah, he's
We
pretty
couldn't get in on that. We tried. Because we
All right,
tried to
Rob.
say we were employees, but like it didn't fly.
Yeah, nah.
Rob, what would it take to get you to start yoga? To start doing yoga? Because I think I found it.
A black lady with a big old ass.
Okay, that's it. You'd pay money for that?
Yeah, oh yeah. All
Okay,
right.
what about they're now doing something called ganja yoga? Bend and
Ooh.
blaze.
Oh, wait a minute. That's close.
What do you think
That
about
might
this?
do it.
Oh
That
yeah.
works perfectly with the type of weed that I smoke.
Well, you could become a ganja yoga teacher and have people pay you to show them how to smoke weed and do yoga.
Do you get free weed for being a ganja yoga teacher? Do they
You
supply
probably
you?
got to pay them to take the classes to learn how to do it. So that's a no.
Yeah, but
probably a
then do they
scam.
supply you with weed? It's part of the job, right?
Well, I think you can sell their
You can
weed.
write it off.
Oh yeah, it's a write-off.
Oh,
just
well,
write
that's
that
not a
weed
bad
off.
idea. The less
You
money
can
I have
write
to give
it
the
off.
government, the better.
Oh yeah, Ma, what's going to take to get you to do yoga? A crane.
A lot of pain pills.
I was gonna say like some shock therapy or some like
Yeah, right. Drop
Barb,
a
didn't you-
dollar on the floor, I'll give it a shot.
No, that's not doing yoga. You're just undressing.
Oh,
Oh,
Yeah, check this out though. What would you like on your tombstone? And I think we should let Will answer first, just so we make sure we get his answer recorded.
Hurry up.
Yeah.
I
What do you
guess. Well, if I have a grave, I would say, my name and my date of birth
That's all you
and my
want.
date of death. Yeah, what are we
Not
gonna
like
put on there?
A
No.
big set of Will glasses around the tombstone or something.
Chiseled into the
What?
stone.
What you laughing at? You got some goggles on yourself.
Yeah,
my
yeah,
brother.
yeah. I used to have eagle eyes, but yeah, I can't see anything up close. What I want on my tombstone is vegan cheese and mushrooms.
The good kind of mushrooms.
Yeah.
We're talking.
Well, if they
Psychedelic?
taste like the ones that you grow, then yeah, the ones.
Oh,
that
not
they-
psychedelic mushrooms.
No, I can get high off those separate. This for me, I used to weigh 300 pounds, so I got to enjoy my eating experience.
Oh, so you went totally vegan? Is
Yeah.
that what I knew?
You don't even
I
eat
knew
eggs or
it's
nothing?
noticeable
No
the weight
fish
you
or
lost.
nothing?
No. Well, the only time I do eat a little bit of animal product, and that's only butter and milk, is if my mother baked the cake.
Okay.
'Cause I got sugar addictions.
Uh,
Yeah.
and it's your mom's cake.
You can't get more familiar than that.
best,
That's
yeah.
excellent. And my
Yeah.
mother like the Black Martha Stewart minus the felonies.
well, my mother is like this lady who would love to have this on her tombstone. Here we go. Dun 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 dun, dun boom. It's a huge, giant pink dick she put.
Wait, that's the woman?
Yeah, that's the grandma. She's
How
Why did
Spanish.
she want that?
Oh, geez, my. Here we go. Check this out.
Woo! Damn.
That's a good one. They said there was a
I
lot of
think it's-
problems
I
with
think it's-
balls.
Yeah.
Disrespectful.
What?
It's
It's her.
all the
fish.
yeah, all the other bodies that are laying out there. It's disrespectful to them and their families. That's
Why?
no, fuck that. You want that? Put it on the inside.
Yeah. No, that's you
Yeah,
got to
you
show
can
that.
build a
off.
fucking
Yeah.
mausoleum or
my
something
God.
around it. That's no, man. That's out of pocket, man. That's out of hand. No, fuck no. Come on, man.
I am all about it. I think it's the best shit in the world. Look at how much space this woman done bought. If this is capitalism, goddamn it, if I want to put a giant pink dick on top of my grave, fuck y'all around me, then dig y'all asses up, move. Because
I
I
own
spent
three
enough money
feet.
for my space. This is what I
You
want.
own
All right, so
feet
listen.
long,
So what
6
about
feet
your if
wide,
your
all the way to space, straight up? I own the airspace all the way to space, straight up. I can put whatever I want straight up above my grave.
what about though, like your grandma's laying there and she died in the fire with the twins, and then you go there to pay their respects and to have some, and there's a big fucking dick sticking up looking at
Half of what made us all be here is a dick.
Right there.
So
Right.
if you can't live with what brought you here, that's kind of on you. You too
you.
goddamn
No,
sensitive.
man, there's a
Yep.
time and a place for everything, but the
Not like
penis
rain and
at a
oh,
graveyard? Come on,
Yeah.
man. A penis at a graveyard? It's gonna end up with bird shit all over. It's gross.
Oh, that's gonna be even more
it's gonna
beautiful
make
to
it look
look
more
at.
realistic.
I'll
Yeah.
bet you the aliens don't
authentic.
land right there. Just coming
Instead of-
down onto it with their
Hey,
saucer.
I just
Hey,
think
Mom,
it's hilarious that
what
she
is that
requested-
thing?
Penis thing.
And wait, let me just say this real quick. When it rains outside, you can put like a big old plastic coat on it.
Oh my goodness. Say, Mama, what's that
Decorate
big
it.
thing there?
Oh,
You should say, that's an obelisk. Oh, I thought it was a pee-pee.
Yeah.
You gotta learn sooner or later.
yeah, I just think it's awesome that was her request. That's what she wanted on her tombstone.
I want to see what it looks like in 1,000 years when it's kind of half broke and crumbled on the ground, like where it fell.
Well, how many people are going to climb on that
God.
and like vandalize it?
You got to be
Ooh.
careful by the
Come
balls.
on, they're gonna spray paint it with the gay shit all over.
Yeah, why not? That's what Grandma said. Decorate it. I love it.
Whatever joy that I could bring you in my death, so be it.
600 pounds. No one's stealing it. That's just
Oh,
there.
Man, that's
And they
half of what
unveiled it.
mine weighs.
Yeah, they should
was
they
quick
should
with
build
that,
a
too.
fucking wheelchair around the penis so you remember who she was.
He said that should be.
Come on.
Oh, wait, let's take it even further. Let's build a stone version of her like she's sitting down on it.
Yeah.
With a hole in the wheelchairs. Lord,
Have her crab walk right at it.
Now we involving hydraulics and
I
shit.
can't believe that we're saying this in front of
This is
Barb.
great. Mom
my
wanted it
goodness.
first. Mom wants a
Oh.
bigger one. She
No.
says, I want a 700 pounders.
I want a smaller one in my closet.
Oh. Anybody feel like an earthquake's going to happen? I think the earth is vibrating. What's
Oh,
going on?
It
Someone gets
seems
hit by
to
lightning or
be-
something.
You had to
Yes.
put that in her coffin. It's just going to earthquakes.
There seems to be a muffled buzzing sound
Yeah.
coming from your mother's
Beehive
casket.
underneath me.
With the
She's
lifetime
got a
supply of
smile on her
batteries.
face. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, my mom's brushing her teeth down there again.
Oh, her and her hygiene.
Oh, you guys are fucking incredible.
the Energizer Bunny's going too.
Oh,
The
God.
copper top. You got to give her the copper top
It's
battery.
got to last.
It's got to last.
Well, no, actually, put a solar panel.
I was
There
just
you go.
Mom wants it forever.
Yeah, exactly.
Like the eternal flame.
And then when the sun burns out, we're going to use.
Put a solar panel up there and then make sure it's connected to my.
That's when the nuclear reactor kicks in. Ma,
What?
if a clone of you shows up and says, the government cloned us, I escaped, what are you going to do? You know that clone of you, the government is on the run after him.
I'd give her directions to somebody else's house.
You wouldn't like send her to work for you?
Oh, there's a thought. Never
Not
thought
if the government after me. No, I'm not going to work.
Well,
right.
well, you got to
Right.
be pretty, like, first of all, you got to be like, wow, that clone is me. I have the ability to escape from a government
Here.
lamp. That's pretty cool, right?
Yeah.
Here, you can blend in and be me. No one will suspect you. Just send me some money out of your paycheck every week and I'll
Yeah.
go hide.
No,
Yeah.
you can't bullshit yourself. You can't bullshit yourself, right?
Yeah.
Otherwise,
know,
I'll
I-
turn your ass in.
I have a friend said he wanted to have a clone of himself made so he could blame the clone for all of his crimes that he commits.
Oh, yeah. Stay in the basement. I'll
I'm
see.
like,
Yeah,
are you
but
serious?
if I
How
was-
messed up is that?
I think I think you couldn't fool yourself, and you would think of it, and y'all will kill each other. Like if I kill you, the police will stop looking for me, and then y'all wind up killing each other.
Look,
Oh.
if he gets accused of a crime he didn't commit, you know what's going to do to him? It'll build his character. Already, I like him better than you. He's a better person than you are.
Now, 50-year-old me is about survival, and I would fuck me up. I would get rid of me because if the police looking for that you, they're gonna come fucking with this me. So I got to do something. Either that or I team up with the evil me, and me and evil me will run this whole motherfucker.
That's what I was thinking. Do you team up with them? And now, like, okay, I guess for some reason you were made. I got to figure out why they made a clone of me.
Yeah, right?
We're
You
on a
think
mission
about
now.
that. Like, why? Who would clone any of us? Seriously, like, we'd be way down on the list of people to clone.
Not me. I'm going up. Like I have finally fucking realized my value
Yeah,
Yeah.
To who?
yeah.
to the world. Watch what
To
I
the
tell
world.
you.
All right, all right.
The Rob Hines twins.
There you go.
Oh,
Wow, that's
man.
interesting,
awesome.
though.
If your
So-
wife was kidnapped, Rob, what's the amount of money that you would just say fuck it? That's too much.
I don't think they. I think I. No matter what the amount was, I'd figure out a way. If I couldn't come up with the money, I'd just go get her. Like
That's where you get it. But okay, so where's the line for you? Like 5 million? I gotta go get her. 1 million you coming up
Well,
with?
currently, according to my bank account, is $237. So if they ask for
Pretty much
236, I got that.
every phone call turns you into Liam Neeson.
Rob's got a certain set of skills.
He's just gonna go get her.
And I know what they're worth.
Absolutely. All you gotta do, anybody you want to find in America, is go to the right police friend. Because everybody's data is right there on the internet, or pay the amount that it costs to get access to it. Right? Because
That's
it's
true.
America.
Did you see that show that they did? What was it, a couple years back, where they basically told you, like, you had this amount of time, you had to like be on the run from the like
So
whatever.
okay, the premise was you're gonna be an escaped criminal,
Yeah.
right? You robbed the bank already. But in the next 6 months, at one time, you're gonna get a phone call, and that's exactly when the game starts.
Yeah, so you know ahead of time the rules, and you know ahead of time that at some point you're going to be tapped to do this. But when you get tapped, you get like a certain amount of time, and that's it.
And you have to
like,
hide from the government for a week. You just got to
Yeah.
hide from them. You get one credit card with $500, and that's it. But in that whole time, you can be setting up all you want.
and you
to, like-
can't leave like a certain area. You've got to stay in a certain area, and then you can, if you get to, you've got to like take this money out and escape with it, and then you get to keep it. Well, the whole thing is on like a TV show, and they're showing the process of what they're doing to like find these people, and it's nuts.
They
It's
had
nuts
no
how
chance
quickly
against the
they can
government.
find some of them.
At all. At all.
Not
And-
One of
Oh.
them had like tried mailing letters to people for like help, and they tracked the letters. They
sent,
found them.
yeah, they sent like a spider web to like 50 people where telling them all these letters said, I'm coming with you.
One group of guys, they were using social media. They were using like Tinder to try to find places to stay for the
Just
night.
to shack up with women.
So
for
they
a
were
couple
going
days.
outside of their friends and family network and trying to, but
The government made
the
a Tinder account that said, if you see these, message us and we'll give you $500.
they
And
realized that
everybody
these
was
guys
like,
might be doing that, and then they created a Tinder account, basically, saying, "Hey, here's a
Mhm.
reward for these guys if you see them." And then someone saw that and turned them in. Like it's fucking bonkers. What was it called? It was a cool show.
they only did it
Yeah.
once because they couldn't keep you.
Yeah, you can after
I
you know
think
the
they-
premise. You've written yourself into a corner.
Yeah.
Because the
Yeah.
premise is so
Yeah.
limited. I
Well,
mean,
they had a whole bunch of people, so they were following tons of people. They were doing it over like whatever.
Right, but I actually think they let out too many secrets on how they can keep track of people. They were letting the cat out of the
I
bag.
think they
and
just
had
wanted to
stop.
show
But
you.
yeah,
don't
they're
even
showing you
commit a
like we
crime.
Yeah.
can find you. It doesn't matter what you do, we'll find you.
The
Yeah.
guy that came the
What did
closest.
they let out, Barb?
Well, the guy that came the
Well,
closest.
how they surveil you, their tactics, what they can use. People aren't
That's
aware
like
of
Windows
how much,
98.
Yeah,
They were using drones.
still.
They were using, I mean,
Yeah. They droned the whole Everglades. This guy just drove a boat like right in the middle and said, I'm going to stay a month capped under a tree and nobody will know where I am. And they found him.
Oh wow!
did anyone do
So
it?
is it like a game show thing?
Yeah, it was a
Like
game show.
Yeah,
And what did you win if they didn't
the
find
money,
you?
lots. It was,
It was like $1 million.
big
or
prize
something.
And
cash.
nobody did it?
No.
There were some people that got the money out, but then they had to get on like a plane and escape with it, and they caught them like at the
Yeah. At the
the
plane. They're like, oh, did you rent the plane with that credit card?
Yeah.
Because we got you here.
Oh.
Yeah,
And what network was that on?
When
I'd like to see
being
that.
yeah.
being black, I already knew it ain't nowhere to beat these people. and I used to be in law enforcement. It is so crazy how much information about we just give them information. And now Facebook, you don't even got to do shit. You just go to their Facebook profile, and these guys now are so crazy, they're rapping about crime. Yeah, I shot on 47th Street, and they're like, oh, okay, let me ride over here to 47th Street. Just wait hang out at.
They can dig on social media, and they'll
They're
find
live filming
any
it,
of your
man, as it's going
contacts.
on.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, but even if you try to hide, you can't hide from these people. Once the amount of convenience that we have it has a cost to it.
They can figure out like anyone that you've had like a conversation with, and they'll.
You know what they just did with that 23andMe? Speaking of that, have any of you done the 23andMe?
I did.
I did.
Oh, you're in trouble.
Ancestry.com,
So
not
the White House
23andMe.
Central Intelligence Agency said, we don't know, but please don't send this anymore because they have like private company protection with what they're doing. And we kind of found out that, like, Rob, say you go to State Fair, they can now release a chemical weapon that only kills you in the whole crowd because they have your exact DNA.
Or they could just make a clone of him.
Or
with his
spray it in your
DNA.
window or
Yeah.
something now.
What
and it
makes you think you're going to keep them from having your DNA?
I don't know. I touched the penny. Yeah, they got it.
That's why they got
It's over with.
I touched a penny.
I touched the penny. They got it. The
No,
moment you're
especially
born, where's
like
that
that-
to go?
Like that thing you're about to drink from, man. You got all kind of DNA on that. All they got to do is get a bottle you drank from.
Just go into any tissue in your garbage. They got it.
Ew.
It's not hard. It's not
You know
hard.
what I did? I know the government. My cousin Scotty and I used to go to Northridge Mall, and they had a place where you could go get $5 for chewing gum. It was really weird. They called it the Big Red Test. And I'll bet you they were just collecting DNA because you got 3 pieces of gum and you told them which one was the best. And you were in some group, and then they collected the gum and then gave you $5. And back in the day, $5 was like, I'm going to McDonald's and the candy
They
store.
collected the gum. They didn't let you continue to chew it. They took it back.
Yeah, they all said, like, here, you can spit it here. You can, yeah. So they
You
got my
spit
DNA.
it in the girl's hand. She comes and goes,
Yeah.
"Gum." You just like
Every time
you're
you
some
went to
toddler. Bleh.
you 2 pieces of gum, and they gave you $5. Go have fun as a kid.
That's kind of hot. I wonder how much it would cost me to get a girl to let me spit my gum in her hand. I kind of like the idea.
But you got to set it up like you got to take her to the library and have her shush you a couple times, and then put your head down and smack the gum out of your back of your head.
What you say, Barb? What's your number, Barb?
This library teaches us the-
Oh yeah.
He wants to know how much he'd have to pay you.
So I can
Spit his
spit
gum
my
in your
gum in
hand.
your hands. I mean, after I'm over the COVID.
Wait. Let me ask you this: does she have a napkin in her hand or nothing?
No,
Just straight
no,
raw hand.
bare
You got the
hand,
raw-
raw
that's a-
hand.
No.
Like a
She's
mom.
pissed where she don't care about a napkin piss.
Oh God.
And you know, he said it like an old Southern dude. What you say there, Barb?
What's your number, Barb? She hasn't said. What's it going to cost me? 20
She said
bucks?
there is no number.
There's no number? I can't spit my gum in your hand?
Oh no.
Hey, how much will you pay me if I spit my gum in Molly's hair?
God damn, they just cut Molly out the whole equation. Okay, how much money would you give me?
Because he'll do it for free.
Oh my goodness.
Wait, Miss Barb, I just want to know. You said there was no number to let him spit his gum in your hand.
Oh, come on.
Did you say that? Because if you did, I'm trying to understand why is that the line and not the sticky panty thing.
Right. Look, don't bring up the
got
sticky
values.
panties. I was
Yeah.
worried she's going to say, I
He's-
better
he's
not leave
got
him. The
COVID,
government will have
so-
my DNA.
So what if that was out of the factor?
What if he's COVID free?
He's
COVID
healthy.
free?
Then I'll put it in my mouth and get the rest of the oomph out of that gum.
Yeah, what the hell?
There you go. Atta girl.
We used to change flavors as a kid with the kid next to us.
Ah.
That's cool. Hey, but listen, let me ask Barb. Barb, I'm about to lose my train of thought.
Uh-oh, it's coming.
Oh, Jesus. I
I just want to make a comment as to the amount of poverty you have to have in order to share bubble gum.
Right?
Yes, you got some shit. Let me taste you.
This is what I
Sometimes it
You
was-
got watermelon. Give me some of that.
Now, is it like an
Oh, here's
NFL?
the cinnamon. Gross.
Is it when you got like 3 kids and the brothers and sisters? Does it work like the fantasy draft where the last one gets 2 turns with the gum and then it comes back? Or does it have to keep going
Is
full
there a
speed?
Red Robin sort of effect?
What about the poor kid that had the zebra stripes gum that lost its flavor after 2 like
Oh.
chews? No
Oh,
one wants to trade
yeah.
with that person.
No.
You can't even let them get in the circle. No, take that zebra gum and form your own circle. Get the
Go
fuck
over
out of
there and form a circle with the guy with the licorice gum. Y'all stay over there.
Yeah, and the kid with the coffee flavored candy. Get the fuck out of here.
You're a 7-year-old old man.
Coffee candy. I got it from my grandpa. Now, what I was going to ask you, Barb, I heard that you had accidentally seen a picture
Oh,
on
stop
his
it.
phone
No!
of Molly that
Yeah.
was topless. And what was the phrase that you uttered?
Itty bitty bitty club.
That is not what you said. You lying bitch.
I forgot what I said.
You said they're bigger than you think.
No, it's been reported that they're bigger than you would think. And then
Well,
we
last night-
harped on it for weeks. And we
Last
would
night,
always bring up an opportunity to say they're bigger than you would think.
no, last night we went to a fish fry and we found out that boobs grow in the morning when you're smiling. So Molly didn't get any.
As you can
Wait a
see,
minute,
I'm a
wait, let
morning
me just-
person.
She's grumpy.
Only
Molly's very
thing,
grumpy.
the only
in the
thing
morning.
that statement would make me think is that Molly needs to wear tighter shirts.
There you go, Mal. She needs better posture.
Yeah, she's got a shoulders back, Molly.
Yeah.
Don't be proud of those
The tip
things. Don't
is
worry about
pretend
them.
your
Don't hide
nipples
them.
Laser and you're cutting people's heads off. That's how you're
Yeah.
supposed to be.
Okay.
You know, like those bombshell girls from the 50s. You know, they show them in the movies, and they
From
had
Torpedoes.
the pointiest titties,
Mhm.
man. Like, hey, you can put an eye out with those things, man. Careful.
Yeah, that
That
was
was
1950s
crazy.
sexy. Yeah.
My
Yeah.
mother-in-law used to iron her bras to a point.
Oh, Grandma Ruth.
Yeah.
Woo.
Oh boy, Grandma
Cutting through.
Ruth.
It made you more aerodynamic.
Yeah.
They made them sharp. All that starch.
Looking pretty sharp, Miss Ruthie.
Yeah, but that was in. I don't even want to go there.
Yeah.
It was like armor. It's like your husband getting angry with you. You gotta put spikes on.
So many of them.
I like that look, man. And with the garter belt and the
Really?
yeah. Are you kidding me?
They were
Yes.
wearing more
That's
clothes
That's
in
a
their
real
lingerie
woman.
than.
I know, but I like it. I like it. Sorry.
Just-
Maybe because when I started, feeling those urges, that's what was available.
in the Sears catalog.
In the Sears catalog.
Penny's catalog.
Montgomery Ward.
Oh,
Yes, I would go to the underwear section and the toy section. Yep.
yeah. I remember that too.
I would go to the underwear section and then play with my toy.
These don't smell right.
Why are these pages stuck together? What the hell's going on?
What's going on? Yeah.
Oh.
All right, we got Meatloaf would do anything for love, but he won't do that. In your mind, what is that? What won't he do?
Eat healthy.
Yeah. Ma, you got to guess what won't he do?
Pay his taxes.
Okay.
I just remember.
I was thinking butt stuff too.
Yeah, but
I
sorry.
didn't want to get pegged.
And then you know what? Let people. That's their personal business. I don't need to know that stuff.
On a side note, it probably isn't, but because it's one of those things where I've heard that he told like
A few
maybe
people.
one or two like very trusted people. So some people know what it was he was talking
And they
about
won't
that he
say
wouldn't
it.
do in that song, and they wouldn't say it. So if it was something like butt stuff or something, whatever, you'd think that they would.
It
It's
is
not
an
a big
odd
deal.
thing. There is like a handful of trusted celebrities that all have that secret and they won't give it up.
They all know what he was singing about that he wouldn't do.
And they won't. None of them give it up.
None of them give it
And
up.
It's not butt stuff.
We don't know.
I mean, I would think that if it was, it wouldn't be that much of a secret. I don't know. I don't
All in
know.
the pedophilia.
Listen,
no,
I
think
just
the married woman would be my guess. No
Yeah,
married
that's what it was said to have been, that I do anything but love but cheat. I think that's what
listen.
that's what it was.
Yeah.
I don't want to speak ill of the dead, but I mean, I just can't stop thinking about him going off on Gary Busey
Or Gary
in
Busey.
The Apprentice, and he had not touched that man's art supplies, and this dude was a rageaholic. It's like, you're an asshole, and I'm done with listening to your music. Strangely enough, the things Michael Jackson was, accused of doing still hasn't changed how I feel about Michael's music. That's crazy. But I won't do that.
But Gary Busey losing his shit over some crayons. He's
Yeah,
or
man.
Meatloaf, sorry. Not Gary.
Did you see that? I mean, it was
I won't listen up.
lunatic.
2 out of
He
3
was
ain't bad again.
screaming. You'll find it on YouTube. Just he's screaming in his face. Give me back. And Gary Busey's just keeping his cool. He goes, "Hey man, I don't have your pants. I never touched them, And then they found him somewhere, and he wouldn't even apologize to him, and he wouldn't even say anything. He was still angry.
All right. I'm trying to get the Will, the Southern guy back here. You can resurrect
Is that how I sound?
one comedian to tour with for their farewell tour. Who you bringing back?
Oh, who do I want to say farewell to?
Or go on a tour with them? I think Dom Rickles on a college campus tour would be the greatest thing I've ever seen.
Sam Kinison.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that one got you.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Rob, you get to tour with them. You can open.
It's hard for me to say one guy because I would like to see Pryor, but
Yeah.
if you're giving me one person, oddly enough, I think I'd like to see Groucho Marx.
Really?
Oh.
Wow.
That dude was amazing. The shit he could do with an eyebrow raise. I'm saying, like, this dude was amazingly powerful. And
Yeah,
I
when
think
we
I'd
were-
just hang out with him.
When we were doing movies with Marx, we watched a lot of Groucho Marx, and I didn't know at first he just like grabbed shoe polish and painted them right over his thing. Took him 2
Yep.
seconds to put his makeup on.
You thought he really looked that way?
I've only seen him in like books and black and white pictures, and he always had them later on in the career. So when I saw the early stuff, I didn't know. I thought he always had them.
Me too. Because what I seen him on is You Bet Your Life.
Yep.
And that thing was so funny. Like the guest would say one thing and he'd turn
secret
one
word.
phrase and then dance with that phrase for a half hour. It was amazing.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Who you, Will?
Yeah. Who you going, Will?
Oh, well. Is it alive or dead? I thought you meant alive.
I was thinking resurrect one to do like one last tour, like take him out of the grave and do one more round.
Huh.
And you could, I mean, just this year, you can choose from some pretty good ones that this year.
Carlin. I definitely do Carlin. But Pryor's right up there too. Pryor seemed like he'd be a lot more fun to hang with.
Yeah, Pryor would give you a degree of sin that you really need.
Oh, yeah. All I did was kill a car.
And it was my car.
Just fucking brilliant, man.
Oh.
I mean, like, and the language. I mean, like, I think when I heard about him, I was like a junior in high school. My friend brought over the tape, and we were sitting in his car listening to it. And my mama heard it. Oh boy, was I in some trouble? And I would sneak and listen to that shit every chance I get. Man, I used to have to sneak real funny shit like Mad Magazine and hide it because then she'd berate me being an idiot for reading shit like that and tell company when they come over, this boy like his Mad Magazine. You know, she would just and listening to that foul mouth and just tell everybody in the neighborhood. It's like, that's great fucking comedy, dummy.
And look at the chart. He been jacking off 4 times this week. I caught him.
Lord have mercy. I mean, like, just make you feel so shameful.
Hey, what would church be like after that? What would church?
Lord.
Oh my God.
Oh, are you kidding me? Have to go to confession and try to tell that shit without telling too much about specifics? No,
you
man.
should have to go to confession and say what I had to say as a child.
Oh, man.
What? You can't say something like that.
Hold on. Should I leave for a little?
No, I want to hear this.
I am intrigued.
Oh.
Let's go, Sticky Panties.
Well, girls are like boys in puberty, so you discover things, and my dad caught me.
Oh, I never
and
heard
then made
this.
you go to confession? And
He made me go to confession, and he made me tell the priest I
What you did.
played with my stinky poo.
I'm sure
stinky
the priest.
Yeah,
Oh my God, that's amazing.
I had to go tell the priest how many times I played with my stinky poo.
How many times? Every day.
Yeah, no.
I got
You
a
got
lot
7
of
Hail
Our
Marys.
Fathers and Hail Marys.
Wow.
And do an act of contrition.
Your dad caught you and made you go to confession.
Yes,
How many times?
Ooh.
she was playing with her stinky poo.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
I'm
my
just gonna.
Okay, now,
I thought that was the official
Reset.
name.
Let's restart the show.
Stinky
Okay.
poo sounds like the butt to me, though.
Well, you don't want to know any more details.
I want to know why it's a sneak. Because I'm gonna tell you what in my family when we were kids, like the girls had a twitch it, and the boys had a roosty. That's what they
Never heard
called
that.
it when I was a kid. No one else had ever heard that shit.
My
Everybody's
mother called it your pocketbook. She was like, "Let me teach you how to clean your pocketbook." You know. Here's my question. I don't. Okay.
Yeah.
So you have to go in a little room because I was Baptist, right?
Oh,
So now the idea of confession is kind of funny when you gotta tell nasty shit you did. Because you're going in a little room with another grown man, on the other side, and it don't ever look like it's really
no,
bright.
and there's also someone possibly a family member on the other side, because
What?
the booths have two sides. And so when you're waiting, he's talking to the one on the other side, and then he closes it and then opens it. You can hear them confessing their sins. And if you
Get the
listen
hell
to
outta
it,
here.
it's a sin. Yeah,
That is the
I can
worst.
hear. And that's the
Wait a
fucked
minute,
up
you gotta
thing.
give confession on the party line?
Yeah.
And so
But
now
you
you
know
in there
what?
with this.
You
Wait,
got
that's
people
even
sitting
worse.
outside
Wait,
waiting to
time
see who
out 20
comes out.
seconds. Let me just understand this. Let me digest this. So this dude got two sides of nasty shit
Yep.
going on
Yep.
in the whole room.
Yep.
And he opens and he's in this room by himself in the dark. And he opens
He's in a little box, you see,
Yep.
and then there's
Yeah.
little kneeling
It's
on
almost like
each
a
side.
little sitting phone booth.
I didn't know
And
there
it-
was one on each side.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh
and they
yeah.
got kind of a screen that you can kind of see.
oh my
Yep. You
God.
can kind of
And
see
they
through the
lift
screen.
up the wooden window
Yep.
slide.
Yep.
Man.
And you talk, and then he closes it. Then he turns around and lifts up the other
I'd have
one.
the person,
first,
Oh,
wait.
no.
the
He's gotta
person
tell
from the
you
other
what
side
your
waiting.
penance is. Yeah, they're waiting and they can hear you
Yeah.
telling your
Do
No.
they have lines?
I would have the person on the
Wow.
other side waiting outside to see who was coming out. Like,
Wow.
I know, because it's usually your family members, because you all go in together, and it's like,
That is
oh
so
man.
funny.
Well, what I learned early is that, because at the end you say, "Please forgive me for all my sins." So I would hold back on some of the stuff that was hard for me to confess, and then at the end,
That
kinda
was the hardest thing I ever had to say in my life.
Oh,
playing with your
Wow.
stinky poo.
Yeah.
oh.
As a
That's when the
child.
priest went like this. Ma's on this side. Hey, shut the fuck up a minute. I got a live one here.
That's like
All right.
no wonder the
Talk
priest had so
slowly.
many problems. Like that's like
right?
Instacart for like Instacart for freaky shit.
Right.
Like you got stereo freaky shit going on in
You
a
Right.
think
little
he
dark room.
listened to your
And then you
confession
had
and
taken
just
a
went
vow
home
of
and-
celibacy, so you hearing all this nasty shit that's going on, and you're not allowed to touch yourself.
Hey, does anybody ever go into the priest room? Because I bet you it's nasty as hell in there.
Probably so, huh?
Don't take a black light in there.
Like, look,
It'll
if you
look
will
like
be in there,
Yeah,
All
would you
type of
want to?
DNA and shit. The government knows what's happening.
Come on, we talking about the Lord's house. Let's not go there.
Oh yeah, no religion, guys. Come on.
My bad.
Too much. I've never done confession. It just sounds awkward as hell.
Mhm.
Oh, I'm
Yeah,
sure it
it's
is.
very awkward.
Forgive me, Father, for I
Ugh.
have sinned. That's how it started.
And then the next thing, after you get
Oh.
that, then you probably go to a confession. It could be a Friday, a Thursday, Friday, or a Saturday. And then on Sunday, you got to go and kneel before him and put your tongue out so he can give you the body of Christ. It's
Right.
just kind of,
Yeah.
I'm
you just heard all your nasty secrets, and now you kneeling in front of him with
Let me
your
go
tongue
ahead and
out.
give you a little something for that.
Pow!
A dollop of Daisy.
You probably thought, here's two for
I was
you,
just gonna
stinky
say,
fool."
you need two to this. There you go.
Hey,
Forget
sweet
the
little
name
stinky
on the way
poo. Ow, there you go.
And
One
that
for
was
the mouse,
another
one
thing
for the other
too.
one.
When you get the body of Christ, it would they tell you, don't stick to the roof of your mouth right away. Don't chew it. That's a sin to
Yeah.
chew it. That's the body of Christ. You just gotta scrape that shit off the roof of your mouth and swallow it whole. Yeah, man.
It doesn't
Yeah.
Don't
No,
chew them.
no.
It'll hurt them.
Dude, like when I was a
You gotta
teenager,
suck them.
I went to like a Friday night mass and
Come
then like
dry.
guitars.
He said
and
you
the
gotta
Jesus-
suck them. Wait a minute.
You gotta suck them down. He'll let you know when he's done. You'll know. There ain't no sucking left to do. Yeah, it's when you're done.
The body does not like teeth.
Nope.
in front of your mama. I'm telling you, I don't know what to do with you.
Get you smacked.
No, but like we had like where they would have a mass like with these hippie dudes and with the guitars, and then they brought a big loaf of French bread, and then he just started breaking pieces off, and I said that was cool. Like I like that where they just give you a piece of French bread. Take this and eat it instead of that
I don't
cardboard
like
shit, man. It's sanctified and blessed
Bread
and
without
shit.
chewing it.
It's
Yeah, now
ridiculous,
suck that
man.
bread.
It tastes off. It's like someone sticking cardboard in your mouth. And if you smoked a little weed before church, it's awful, man. 'Cause you already
You
got cotton
choking?
mouth, and then you choking on that shit.
Yep, I can see him giving Will like a little sub loaf, like you
Mm-hmm.
just suck that bread till it's gone. You suck that little personal baguette.
Oh, wow. Wow, that's incredible.
You ever have a loaf of French bread like them po' boy breads?
Yeah.
I
At
used
the
to work for
Baptist
them.
church, they took crackers, the saltines, and they smashed them, and then they
Uh-huh.
gave you a little bitty thing of grape juice and shit,
Yeah,
and that was it. That was it.
was the blood and the wine. So yeah.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah, and you guys stick there. And now I would imagine communion to be amazingly awkward because you know at the black church it's this big giant silver thing, and you stick your hand in there and grab one of them little bitty shot glass. It's smaller than a shot, and then you stick your hand in the other one and get a piece of cracker, and there you go. So now with all this COVID shit, I'm sure communion got to be really, really contagious.
Yeah.
They all individually wrapped. Like,
How come a priest didn't serve you like?
Because you don't have priests. That's the
Well,
whole point of Protestant church is that you don't need a priest. Like you don't need all that grand shit in the
Okay.
Protestant religions. And Baptists, whether black people know it or not, is a Protestant religion. So it's always made to be simpler, right? Because people got work to do. So get your ass in here for this little couple hours, love God, and get back to work.
Could I ask you something? And this might break my heart if you give me the wrong answer. But
Oh no.
when I was in high school, I asked this little girl to dance, and she seemed to like me, but she said her parents wouldn't let her go because they were Baptists and she wasn't allowed to go to dances. Is that true?
It's like every other religion. It's your degree of religitude. Like if you feel like shaking your ass make you closer to sin, it probably is true.
Chicks felt
Have
that
you-
way a lot around Will.
But in
No.
the Baptist church that I came up in, it is not true. You get them little hot ass kids out the house, let them touch each other for a little while, and then come back. And
Because
go.
she said, and I mean, I should have done some research. She's from Louisiana. I should have looked to see if that's true. Because don't you remember the Footloose? Wasn't they Baptist? They didn't dance.
Yeah. I mean, again, that's white Baptists. Black Baptists don't do nothing but dance. It's dancing when it's time to dance. There's a portion of the show where they call catching the Holy Ghost. You feel enough spirit where you start to dance. They play music for you to dance.
I've been there. I've been there.
This music. And that's like stripper music for Christians. And then asses start shaking and Jesus is praised. And then when they get through, they play this nice little lick. And then everybody sit down and we start back to regular church.
Well, I've been to those churches. I've been to those churches where they would start speaking in tongues as well.
Oh wow.
That could be a little bit unsettling, to say the least.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Anyway.
Oh geez, Rob, you're in Indiana right now?
What?
Yep.
Check out RobLHines.com, everybody. He's in Indiana. What else you got coming up here, Rob? You're doing a lot more.
Oh my goodness, man. I'm
Let me
writing
ask
a
you
TV show. I'm currently
okay.
writing a TV show that we're trying to get produced. I mean, we're coming really close to getting it produced. It's based on my experiences working at the jail. And I'm starting to get really close to doing some new Toby Jones shit.
Okay.
I'm not releasing it yet. I'm not telling everybody about it yet because we're currently. When I get ready to release everything, I'll let you guys know. I'm currently in a court battle with these guys.
Oh boy.
really?
Once this shit is getting to the level where I'm ready to release some things, I will come back on the show and tell you what's going on, the new stuff.
Okay.
And we still pushing the other things. I also want real quick. I started a publishing business. So the laws have changed. If you're a comedian and you got streams, they're starting to pay you as the performer for your streams, right?
Okay.
So a lot of people have royalties that they don't know they're due. So I have started a business where I can find those royalties for you and get them to you.
Oh, nice.
Where people are just sharing it for nothing. And
right. Well, the thing is now, because there's so many commercials on the internet, they're trying to get the performers a slice of the commercials.
Okay.
So they're starting to do comedy streams like they do music streams. So they find out how many people have seen it, and then they give you a little something for it.
Which would help out a lot.
Absolutely. Based on how many streams you got, yeah. And then it'll help you to make more streams. So your future money, you still get it.
But you know what? Unlike music, you can't hear the same joke over and over and love it more and more. You know, it doesn't play out like listening to old songs. It's like, you know, the punchline, that's it. And now you can't use that around the country. So you just
I don't
killed
know,
your
like
material.
certain people, you still watch their stuff over and over again. Like if you listen to a Cosby album, you'll listen to it again. You know, if you listen to, you know, so I'm not exactly sure that's the case. It may not be to the degree of music, but it doesn't really matter because the whole world is your audience. So
Mhm.
somebody new will hear it, and you will still make money into perpetuity.
Yeah.
Into like forever.
Yeah. Okay. Well, Twisted Dream Film Festival, October 14th to the 16th. We're going to have Lloyd Kaufman, Mr. Trauma, the Toxic Avenger going to be there. Brink Stevens. We got Nosferatu is going to have Ratbat Spider, the awesome freaking metal band, playing a live score during the silent film.
Oh,
as
nice.
the movie's
Custom
playing.
score.
That's awesome.
Mm.
So
You can have
that's
a-
going to be pretty cool.
An orchestra playing music? I'm down for that.
Yeah.
There's
And
this place in LA where you can go see certain movies before you see like the Marvel movies, and they have an orchestra that rises up out the floor. They play a little bit, and then right before the movie starts, they go down and play the shit that's about to be played. It's amazing to hear the shit live.
Oh,
Yeah. Well, we have the Oriental Theater. I'm pretty
Nope,
sure
Avalon.
you know what it is.
the Avalon.
No, I'm talking about the Oriental right now.
Oh, I
In the
thought you meant
Oriental
Sixth Street.
Theater, there is the Avalon's where the festival will be, but there is a organ, and an old lady on Saturday night in the middle one would play the organ, and then she would sink down in the floor. I don't know if they still have that, but I was very impressed with that. Go ahead.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's
That's
amazing.
That same weekend at Milwaukee Paranormal Conference, I'm giving a session on the Byron Priest book, The Secret, and we're going to be talking treasure hunting. There's a treasure in Milwaukee,
Yeah.
and I've got stories and all kinds of tips and hints on how to dig in a park without getting caught.
What?
Theoretically.
Theoretically.
What are you digging for?
It's treasure.
Treasure, man. It's a cask, and in the cask is a key, and you take the key to New York, and they give you a ruby.
Where do you go in New York? Do you know?
Yeah,
key?
this guy buried.
You dig that treasure up, they'll find you.
You'll be on a Josh
Josh
Gates
Gates.
show
Yeah.
featured
Whether
on
you want to
Travel
or not.
Channel. Yeah, that's how popular that one is. So, yeah, check it out. And Ma, what do you got going on?
I'm going to Costco.
She's
We
gonna
should try to
scam
get-
some free samples and
Yep.
eat a 99-cent foot-long hot dog and no bites.
Absolutely.
That sounds great.
Going home to warm up her stinky poo.
Yeah, she's got to buy a new pair of underwear.
Well, Rob Hines, thank you very much. I love
Thank you
having you
guys for
on,
having
buddy.
me.
Thank you. And
Thank
remember,
you
universe,
all.
we're not good enough.
No.
We're not.
Thank you.
All right. We're gonna do a second hour if you are able to stick around. We
If
do
you
the
want to, or you got shit to do.